Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Thrive Labs, the place to bring your trading performance to the next level and learn all about trading and technical analysis. I'm your host, Mike Williams, and today I will be covering what is going on and what has happened on Bitcoin and how we can look to trade this in a responsible way. So I will be talking about the Bitcoin price. And also I want to show you in this video what the reality of trading has can look like, because as a matter of fact, yesterday I have not traded very well. I have seen a losing day. So I want to talk with you about that and just, show you that trading is not always about the rainbows. There are also sometimes days where things just don't really go your way. So that's what I will be covering. But first of all, let us simply begin with looking at the Bitcoin price. If you like this video or if you have liked the content that I've been posting yesterday or earlier this week, which has been seeing a really accurate prediction, then please leave a like and subscribe, as I will be putting out time-sensitive videos, and you want to be up to date for that. So make sure you subscribe to this channel so that you can access this content the moment it becomes available. So let's start off with where I ended off the last video, right? And we were talking about this is where we were trading initially. And I showed you analysis on a public video. As you can see, we saw a drop starting live when I was making this video, where I predicted that price was going to drop to at least the bottom of the channel. And from there on out, we're going to have to see whether it's going to have a bounce or whether we are going to drop to lower prices. And all of that was based on the type of consolidation that I have seen as bullish but weak, right? Bullish but weak. And the result of that, obviously, is we have seen a significant drop in price, and we dropped indeed even a little bit lower down to the channel, tapping a point of control of that previous range, which was the absolute bottom. However, the construct around it is the channel maintained itself, and that is where the bounce actually began. So that is where we can simply start moving on. So, just for the record, the absolute bottom of this drop at the time was simply the point of control of this entire price section, right? If you pull a fixed range from where it begins and towards where we are currently, that point of control still today exactly over here, and that is where we bottomed out. However, that doesn't necessarily give you a nice construct to trade from. Hence the reason why I've been showing you this channel, connecting it from this candle close to this candle close, and as you can see, zooming out into the lower time frames, this has held up extremely well. But what I haven't shown you is that I have another channel going on over here, which was relating to this range over here that I've shared in the community where we are trading this each and every day, focusing on consistency and not on the sporadic wins or catching that one big move that may or may not come. We're focusing to do this consistently profitable each and every single day. So based off of that, I've shown this channel, the sideways channel over here. And you may think like, hey, this is not necessarily very relevant. Well, as a matter of fact, it actually is, because we can see that it has been respected on the bottom side. And we also can see that it is now currently, again, well respected. However, this becomes extremely powerful if you are combining this with the other channel, as you can see that these channel lines are starting to converge. And then on top of that, if you simply would pull a Fibonacci retracement sequence, for example, from the high to the very low, we are finding very nice levels lining up all with each other over here, which was for me a place of interest to take a short. And this is where I closed off the video, followed up with another video within our community on how I'm looking to trade it while we were actually still trading over here, right? And this is where I didn't listen to myself. I didn't listen to myself because I said to myself, okay, I am looking for an increase in price. Overall, I remain still bullish on the higher time frame, right? So let's get that out of the way. I remain bullish on the higher time frame, and I have been bullish, well, literally for the entire year already, literally. Even when we were consolidating, even when we saw big drops on the bigger picture based off of an Elliott wave that has garnered quite a bit of popularity by now, has been extremely accurate as well. But I will show you that in another video. What I want to focus on here is what I originally planned to do here, because when you start to bounce over here, this was relatively on low volume, and I had my concerns initially on this increase in price, mainly being that many people were buying the dip. Too many people, for my personal opinion, and that is why I preferred, not a requirement, I preferred to see another drop or a further increase in price so that I could potentially short, identify a short opportunity based on the price action if we got there. You know, and then simply trade it down to the bigger setup that I was originally eyeing for, right? However, of course, none of that we got none of that. We got none of that because we blasted straight through this level. However, this was my original plan. I would have said, and this is also what I said in the public video the last time, if we start reclaiming this channel, or in other words, if we break through and potentially backtesting it as support, this completely invalidates my my idea of that we are getting a further drop. Looking at it from something like this perspective, that completely invalidates the idea, which now has been the case. In my day trading video, I mentioned I am going to wait for a sign of weakness in the chart before I'm going to attempt the short. And boy, oh boy, I should really have listened to myself. Because what did I do? I ended up actually losing 3 trades in a row. I've made a, and this is where we arrive at the realistic part of trading, you know, like trading is a great profession and it can be extremely profitable, but really it is not always sunshine, because yesterday for me was a losing day. I literally went against my own words, against my own plan, which was waiting for higher prices until a sign of weakness has been shown, eyeing that top of the channel, $36,800, and then I would be looking for that sign of weakness, and then I would be willing to short this down, right? However, I didn't listen to myself, and what did I do? I was too eager to short this rise up, right? So I took 3 shorts. I took 1 short over here, and I took another short over here, and I took another short over here. Luckily, I have very strict rules and risk management. So, you know, the losses that I took were initially, they were valid trades. And they did play out, and some of them even hit a take profit level, right? However, I didn't move my stop loss, and then eventually turned out to be a small loss, though, a small loss, because my risk management was on check. And then, you know, while actually waiting for that initial rejection, never really got that confirmation, and just getting too eager, rushing a little bit into the shorts, right? And naturally, this is not great for trading this price action. But hey, in the end, I am a human and I am a discretionary trader. And that means that because I'm human, sometimes you make some mistakes, right? So for the record, luckily I recognized my mistakes in time, and I closed, and I realized, like, hey Mike, you're going against your rules here. You're even going, first of all, you're going against what you said to yourself, what you would do, and now you're also starting to make like these different mistakes. Now, after taking 2 losses in a row, to me it was already really, should have been really clear that you know, today or yesterday, is not there's something going on that doesn't suit me well, right? Because I'm clearly on the wrong side of the market, and that is where my risk management came into play. I realized my mistake. I closed that trade for a loss at around here, and I'm very happy that I did so, because otherwise I would have been squeezed really badly, and that could have really hurt me, right? So realizing your mistake as a trader, even if you were wrong, like I was yesterday, I was wrong in my behavior, and I was wrong in my price assessment. You know, I have many right predictions, such as the drop over here. I have correct predictions that, you know, we might see an increase in price over here. But this is really where the difference between analysis and actually trading really shows itself, you know. And this is one of the occasions that I simply didn't act the way that I should. But due to my risk management, I managed to realize that, keep my risk to a minimum, and simply call it a day for the day, you know, clearly saying to myself, okay, today is not your day, my friend, take your losses and simply come back tomorrow fresh. And then shortly after that, we squeezed straight through it. And, you know, believe it or not, but obviously I am still long from $27,000. And because I made that decision, in the end, I still ended up in profits yesterday, despite taking 3 losses in a row. As you can see over here, this is a post that I've done in the community on the 4th of October, which is now 1.5 months ago, where I wrote out how my bias was changing around that $27,000 region, where I initiated a new swing long trade, right? So realizing these mistakes quickly, keeping your losses to, reasonable, and just, you know, admitting to yourself that you can't have only wins every single day, right? And simply just reacting on that, taking action on that. And for me, that was, okay, I clearly don't, I'm clearly not on the right side of the market. Let's take my hands off today and just relax and make a new assessment, come back fresh tomorrow, right? And in the meantime, the swing trade continues making up for the losses that I've made, ultimately still making it a really nice and profitable day. So that is really what I really wanted to get you out there. And, you know, when you are learning to trade, this is just extremely important to also show the downsides of trading. You know, it is not only about sunshine. It is not only about making these wins. It is just not realistic that you win every day and every single trade. However, if you have these risk management rules really nicely in place, you can have a losing day, right? But it doesn't mean that you necessarily have to have a losing week because of that. Let's say if you traded really well Monday and Tuesday, which was for me the case. Wednesday was a red day, fine. But, you know, because I traded really well on Monday and Tuesday, I'm still up on the day trading part anyway. So these losses don't necessarily have to pose a big problem if you know how to handle that, not only mechanically, but also emotionally. Simply realize that you cannot win every single trade. So just make sure that your wins are always bigger than your losses, and there's really not a problem at all, right? So, and that is exactly what we focus on in Thrive, in Thrive Labs every single day. We focus here on consistency, getting that consistent results. And even if you have bad days, you know, we pay a lot of attention in the community to talk about these things and how you can incorporate specific rules into your behavior so that you can, you know, come out profitable in the end. That is what Thrive Labs focuses on in the community. That is what we do each and every day. Not only myself, you know, I'm trading there every single day, but it's also the community members that are, you know, learning and really starting to get some really good results. And they are also available there to help you. So, you know, if you're interested in that, then check out our website, by the way. Keep an eye on it, by the way, because there might be some nice things coming out very shortly. So give it a go. You will get access to the community. There's learning material. There's courses available, all included in the membership, so that you can study and follow along in the community. And also, I have a cheat sheet free for you. So all you have to do is simply just, go to this website. These links are going to be in the first comment below this video. It's a pinned comment where you can find these links. Simply you can just leave behind your email and you will get your cheat sheet for free. And I can assure you that it will be very helpful for you, especially when you're witnessing the price section. What I recommend is just have another screen, have the cheat sheet on, and then on the other side you have the chart, and you can see it one-on-one, and it will be just really, really helpful for you. I realized that I moved on to the second topic of talking about my losses that I've made yesterday a little bit too quickly, because I realized I completely forgot what is my prediction for Bitcoin, right? So we can keep it really short and simple because we already know the context, right? If we simply zoom out into the chart, let me just return back to the final conclusion that I have here for you all on Bitcoin today. I'm keeping it very, very simple. Using the technical analysis allows me to just simply look at it from level by level, and these levels determine whether the probability of a drop increases or decreases. And at the moment, yes, we are having a retracement. If you would simply zoom out to the bigger time frame, then it really all doesn't really look so bad, right? Because all that happened was simply a drop, but not really losing anything. So at the moment, and we got a really, really bullish reaction from that. So as it currently stands, is I am still looking for higher prices overall. I remain swing long, right? I remain in swing longs, and at the moment I don't necessarily have a particular interest in shorting this, because I do expect higher prices. Now, where would the probability increase that this pump yesterday is classed as a little bit of a fake out? Well, that would really come in when we really start getting back below this channel once more, right? So we are now back into this channel. Into this channel, and I would say lose the midline of this channel, which comes in at around 36,800, right? That would also mean that we are back then in the old channel, and that is the point where we could consider this one really big fake out, and we could continue to trade this more as a sideways range to eventually complete the correction, maybe even getting lower prices, which is where I will be very, very, very interested in trading long once again, and then have a really nice move to the upside. Until as long as we stay above this midline of this particular channel, 36,800, really important level on the chart right now. I foresee higher prices, and for me there's no reason to see this as excessive weakness. Yes, we are seeing a retracement right now, right? But even if I would be interested in a short, I would have to wait for another retracement for any of this to get like some validity for a short trade over here. Of course, I'm day trading this, so this might change in a whim if really a lot of volume comes in, but that is why we have the community where I'm able to update this live in the moment, and what I'm looking at and how I'm going to, how I'm behaving, and what for me are the criteria to strike, right, when it's time to take the trade. That and more is what we do in the tribe. But for now, simply getting a little bit of a retracement, in my opinion, at the moment doesn't really look anything significant. For me, it looks it's only healthy that we're having some sort of a retracement. The midline $36,800 for me, a line in the sand. Start losing that level, then I would class this as a first real sign of weakness, and the probability increases that we're going to see a further drop in price. Until then, this is simply support, and I'm expecting some kind of a reaction over there. It may or it may not happen, but at least we have the regions and levels identified where I can expect such a reaction. So I know what to look for, when to look for it, and where to look for it. And that is all we need to start building a plan, make a plan around it, and then when the criteria have been met for an entry trigger, we strike and we trade it as such, right? And that is really all there is to it. And with that, I hope you've thoroughly enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and subscribe so that you are always up to date with the latest Bitcoin news and how I'm looking to trade it. And additionally, we are also going to do more content inviting industry professionals within the markets shortly. And I really think you do not want to miss that. So keep an eye out for that. And hopefully you've now been updated on the latest price action on Bitcoin. You know what to expect. You've also gotten an insight on what the reality is like of being an actual trader, that it's not always sunshine. Sometimes you have bad days, and I have really no problem in sharing those days as well. We're keeping it real. We're keeping it real over here. There's no need to glorify things. It is as it is, and consistency is key. And with that, I'm closing off this video, and have a brilliant day, and see you in the next video update, or hopefully in the tribe. Take care. Cheers.